Hey guys, this is Southern ELR and Reloading, and today we're going to be talking about the Ivey Shooting Mount. This thing adjusts uh, your elevation. You unlock it, you adjust it right here. And so this is for extreme long range shooting. And today we're going to be installing these new, I got a picatinny front rail scope cap. So that's what we'll be installing this. And then the lock right here, we'll be installing this, replacing it. It doesn't want to, the hold down, it doesn't want to stay for whatever reason. The detent in there isn't holding anymore. So Stephen Ivey, the guy that designed and builds these, he went ahead and sent me a new one, and I went ahead and bought a new Picatinny Scope Mount cap. And so Stephen Ivey is actually going to be calling in on a FaceTime call, and so he's going to give us a rundown on the scope. He's going to explain how to replace this. It just has a Allen head retainer that we have to remove, and then it should pop right out. I actually get my wrench also. I forgot that. So it's just a 1/2 inch wrench, and then these have Torx bits for the cap. So, and of course, this little piece right here, you can get in there. There is a little Allen head right there. So we got to remove that to be able to remove the whole thing. I'm going to hold off until, okay, that's Steven right there. Hey, Steven, this is Billy.
How's everything?
Pretty good. Hold on a second. This phone mount I got, it's killing your volume. Okay, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, got me.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Say hi to YouTube.
Guys, let me get a chair.
Yeah.
So I guess we're gonna help you do a little bit of replacement job on your lock knob
Yeah.
tonight. All right. This sounds pretty good. Pretty simple little deal.
You wanna
So,
you wanna tell everybody how you came up with this design, or what, or
yeah,
how it all came about?
yeah, I'll give you the 15-second spiel. Is I've been making adjustable scope mounts of some kind for about 25 years, and this design we've been making about 15 years, and I was shooting some 50 cal stuff, and we had a nice 338 ultra mag that we were trying to shoot at a mile, and none of the scopes we had would get us there. We had a lot of trouble with the 50 cals too, and so I started working with adjustable scope mounts, so you could shoot at 100 yards and then adjust and shoot at 1,000, or we were shooting out at 2,500 yards, which we thought was pretty far in in those days, but I guess it's not as far as we can shoot now.
Yeah.
But hey, it took a lot of work. Scope mount is a very tricky thing, especially and scope makers will verify this. One little like 2/10,000ths, that's almost a quarter of an inch with a scope or my adjustable scope mount at 100 yards. So the machining tolerance and just what it takes to assemble this. And I have competitors out there that make these things, and my hat's off to anybody that wants to undertake the adjustable scope mount or
Oh yeah.
improving on tracking for a scope. It's tough biz. So
Oh yeah.
that is, it's been good. I enjoy it. Trying to make improvements and whatnot, and I think I don't know if I have I don't know if I have any more big tricks up my sleeve for adjustable scope mounts, but I'm always working on just a little bit something, on an adjustable scope mount to make it a little better, and always looking for that one extra thing we can do.
Yeah. No, I mean this thing it works awesome. I haven't had any issues with it other than this lock knob. Um, and it still works. It just doesn't hold.
Yeah, and
So
Billy's issue is I don't know if I can even it's hard to focus on my hand. I'm
you're good.
not able to do this.
Yeah, I've got it here in my hand if you want me to present
Okay,
it.
yeah, but I've got one taken apart, so
Oh,
you can
okay.
see it's kind of got some spiral grooves in it, and
Yeah.
there's detents in there, and there's a big detent at the end, and debris can get down at that end pop slot, and that's probably what happened to Billy's. And I mean, if he took it apart and cleaned it a little and put it back together, it'd be fine. But it's a lot of work to take these apart. It's got a real heavy spring in it that might,
Oh yeah.
bounce into the next county or something when you take it apart. So
Right.
I sent him a new unit, which is no big deal, and I'm just gonna change the whole unit out on the scope mount as a sub assembly. So
Yep.
it should be pretty straightforward.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that and
Okay.
let's show them how simple it is. Do I need to
Yeah.
remove this? Do I need to remove the set screw all the way?
No, you just back it off, maybe 2 or 3 turns. Make sure it's not touching the lock, and then you're gonna need a 1/2 inch open wrench
Okay.
to get in there, and you won't be able to rotate it much with the wrench, but once it's free, you can rotate it by hand.
Okay.
I would take the dial knob off, or at least uh, put your dial knob on max. If I don't know whether you've got a mill or MOA, but
It's
just
the mill.
run it out to 60 mils or so, and get it kind of out of the
Okay.
way, because
Yeah, that's a good
that way
idea.
you don't damage. Yeah, I'm bad about at least on my own stuff, I'll nick and bang up my scope mount knobs
This is how you
with the
adjust the
tools.
scope itself. You just rotate it and it goes one revolution's 10 mils, right?
That's right.
Okay, so we're going to go
Get
all the way to 60.
all the way to 60.
Get it out of the way for the wrench to fit in there. You ever shot at this thing all the way maxed out at 60?
Not on a Magnum rifle. I've shot out to about high 40s with my 300 normal mag. That's pretty far out, and then we've maxed them out on 22s because it's somewhere around, I think, 700 yards. You'll max this thing out with a 22 shooting like Center X ammo or something like that. The
Yeah.
long range 22 stuff. But we test them. We have test equipment that we test them out to about 64, 65. There's a little over travel. I can only bet money at 60 know, I wouldn't, unless you were just trying to make a wild shot, I would stop at 60.
Yeah.
But
No, I usually, when we're shooting out at about 3,000, I usually go to about 42. Pretty
yeah,
common. Almost every match I
yeah,
go to about 42, especially at Spear Point.
yeah. That's pretty. That's a long shot. You got 300 Norma. Is that
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice long shot for a Norma, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean it does pretty well.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
obviously I don't hit it every time, but I have hit it more than I ever would have imagined, you know.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm kind of impressed with 300 Norma. We've got a uh 133XE, and I'm working on another, but I'm not 100% sold on that a 33XE is like light years ahead of a 300 Norma.
Oh yeah.
Tough call. So,
Well,
you got, you're able to get a
yeah, I got it
wrench.
out. I'm actually tightening the new one in.
Okay. Yeah, just snug it up with the wrench, and then if you got any blue Loctite, I will put some. Maybe take that set screw out and put blue Loctite on the set screw. You don't need to put it on the actual lock
Yeah.
knob
Okay.
threads, but the set screw might vibrate loose. If you can keep the set screws in on this thing, then normally everything stays together.
Okay.
It,
How
it
tight do I need to get the wrench portion of it?
not too terribly tight, because you're
it
gonna lock it down with that set screw.
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I
It's
don't
in
know
there
what
pretty
terribly
good.
tight is. Yeah, I'm gonna guess maybe 40 inch pounds by
Oh,
then.
okay.
whatever whatever that is. Heavy handed maybe 70 or 80. So
Yeah.
half of heavy handed. I use a shorty wrench and kind of put it down on it.
Yeah, I do. Yeah, some of these wrenches, some of them will get in there, some of them won't. Yeah.
Yeah, I've doctored mine. I've cut the edges off of them. I don't know if we can see this one.
I got in there pretty good on it.
Yeah, you don't. You can just get a little bit. Normally they'll go down by hand.
Yeah, I got it all the way down by hand, so.
Yeah, you probably got it tight enough. And cinch that set screw down on it, and you don't have to really put that set screw down there super duper hard either. Just kind of you know either with the little T handle or even the little driver type. I use little driver types all the time to keep my heavy hand out of it.
Yeah. And
I use a lot of torque wrenches whenever you really got to set something. I use torque wrenches for the cap screws on the for the ring caps, and I'll use a torque wrench for the clamp, the side clamps to your picatinny rail.
yeah.
It's a good practice to do that. You can maintain a pretty good repeatability on your setup.
Well,
Not,
I'm
not
here in the shop, so I got all my tools here, so.
Wow, that's good. I don't have torque specs on these little set screws, but I think they're really probably 20 to 25 is probably about as max as I go on they're 1032 set screws.
Well, at least, something happens now. I'll know what's going on, so. But,
Yeah. I'd say you had a little debris, or if you want to call it debris, if you're not French, a little debris in your.
yeah.
And, we put grease on them, some pretty nice high temperature bearing grease on these things, and it stays in there pretty good. But dust can get in there. Sometimes it's got an O-ring in, but sometimes that grease can pile up in that hole and in the little detent. The tent's only maybe 5 to 7 thousandths deep, so it doesn't take much to keep that detent from popping in.
Yeah, I got it on there, and it definitely feels real nice. Now it feels real positive. The one before it would lock, but about the time you shot, it would spring back open. So
Oh yeah.
it never messed me up on target or anything. It just
You got to keep an eye on it though. That lock is important.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be shooting a string and it's popped off and you don't know it.
Yeah.
Just out of habit, I reach up and just handle it. I'll open and close that lock. If I sit around and I'm not sure what I've done, I always unlock it and relock it.
Yeah.
Sitting around, so goofing off, waiting to shoot. It's a good thing to check. One of those things to check.
Well, so a lot of people ask me why I adjust the base every time I shoot because some of the targets, if they're not past 2,000 yards, my turret could handle it. But I just ever since I got this from you to get good with it, I just started using it every time I needed to dial anything, whether it was 2 mils or 10.
Yeah, I mean, depends on if I'm in the groove and I'm adjusting my turrets. Occasionally, I might go as much as go over a half of a mil, but in general, if I feel like I need a half mil adjustment, then I make it on my adjustable scope mount. And I have a lot of confidence in my adjustable scope mount too. That they track well and as little as I can use my turrets, the better. Because if you look at it, you've got a nice big objective. You got some nice glass. There's no reason to push your glass to the top of its limits. If you keep it in the center, you get better light gathering from your objective. It's just a better situation. Um, I don't see that well, and I'm the guy that's on the spot and scope that misses things flying in the edges of the scope. And, if you're already adjusted out to the max, then you're going to miss those fringe, dust kick up sometimes. It just, blends in with the edges of the scope. So you can keep your scope centered. Use an adjustable scope mount to keep your scope centered. It's good. That's a good application for the scope mount.
Yeah. All right. Well, what about the cap? What size torque is that?
That is an 832. It's got a T25 Torx head, and we torque the. We have a fixed side that's clamped all the way, so the ring cap is really torqued all on one side. So we very similar to a shaft collar, where you're not bobbling the scope cap, left or right as you're putting it on. It's all on one side.
Okay.
So the one side with the pinhole, it gets 25 inch-pounds, and you just go ahead and cinch all of those down. There's 6 on the right side looking down the muzzle. And then on the left side, then you use a torquing technique. I generally start with the center, and I put it down. If you're using a fixed stick, it's easy because unlike a regular torque wrench, you're looking at the number as you're turning your fixed sticks. So you can put them all down to about 20. So I start with the center, and they go to the 2 outsides and back to the center. do that a few times, and it's going to slowly pull down. It may take 6 times to get down to about, I'd say around 22, just slightly less than the other side.
Okay.
So I call out 22 for for the torque side. Those 6
22-inch pounds.
and 22-inch pounds. And if you're ever in question that you think you're putting too much torque on a particular scope, because each different scopes have different tube strengths.
Oh, yeah.
You take a little micrometer check on the width and height, and just my little rule of thumb is if I start getting a scope oval more than 3 thousandths, and then I quit. That's enough torque. But in general, I won't see at these torque settings. I won't see maybe 1 thousandths of at around different than when I started. You check it before you start tightening it down, and then as you tighten it down, when you get to the final torque, you can mic vertical and horizontal in the same place and see what you did to it.
Oh, I didn't. I've never heard anybody get into that kind of detail about a scope mount. As far as getting out around, I've never considered that.
When you make scope mounts, it's on you. If you tell everybody to torque your scope mount down to a certain number and it destroys everybody's scope, that's a big liability.
Yeah.
So I had to figure that out before everybody had bent scopes.
Yeah, I've never considered that.
Yeah, but in general, those numbers, you'll see typical numbers for good quality scope mounts go from anywhere from 15-inch pounds almost to 30. But in my experience, I've done a lot of testing, recoil testing with the scope mounts, and about 25 is as far as you need to go, especially on a 3-bolt or 6-bolt cap.
Yeah.
So, but that should hold it. If I've torqued a scope mount down correctly, I always draw a little line on scopes just to have it from the probably having some poor quality scopes in the day. I'd take a pencil and draw a line on it, and just every now and then look and see if the line was right there against the edge of my cap, or is it scoot back an eighth of an inch or so.
Oh, really? Is that pretty common?
No, I don't think. I think with some cheap scopes and a heavy recoil and rifle, yeah, I think that could happen easy. But and also, if you don't torque your scope mount down correctly.
Yeah.
But it probably, I think our scope mounts will hold in pretty heavy recoil, even down around 15-inch pounds. But I saw no detriment in going up to 25, so went with the bigger number.
So, how quickly did you start making 36 millimeters once they finally started getting more popular?
I did not realize what was happening until I was getting a lot of 36 orders.
Yeah.
And then I started looking out there, and I had made a 36 a long time ago. U.S. Optics, maybe it was U.S. Optics. There was somebody out there, maybe it was Zeiss out there, made a 36. So I had a 36, but it was like maybe I sold 10 in 10 years.
Yeah.
So I had a 36, and then suddenly, I start seeing some 36s moving, and then discovered the Zero Optics guys, were
Yeah.
that demand for 36. So
Yeah, that's what mine is. Zero compromise.
yeah, and I haven't looking forward to getting my hands on one and putting it on one of my next bills that we got going.
Yeah.
And just for our own shooting. Uh, so far, we've been running Vortex scopes for a few years, and then I've got some Night Force, old Night Force scopes. So I'm ready to probably take the plunge to a zero optics scope mount or scope and kind of mount it up. And I think I'm gonna do the 840. What is yours? 840 or is it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's the
Okay.
840.
And I think that is a good combination. One of the things that are the selling points that we we really touted in the early days of the adjustable scope mounts are, the higher power scopes almost always had a lot less adjustment in them.
That
So,
is, yep.
and it's still, to a certain degree, they have a lot more adjustment now, and especially, you get a 36 millimeter tube, 34 millimeter tubes, you can have a lot of adjustment uh, over, say, a 30 millimeter or 1 inch for sure. But, our scope mount can help you, go ahead and use the higher power scope and, without really giving up anything. You got your 60 mils in your scope, and then you got holdover, on your reticle, and lots of turret travel now. Really, I think with the addition of my scope mount, you can you can really go out probably past the real capability of your rifle.
Hey,
You start getting
go ahead.
no, I think when you start getting, out, 60, 70 mils or more than 70 mils, you're out there in no man's land you probably don't have enough rifle at that point.
Hey, on this, I think we got, it says 36 on the new scope cap, but it's short, or it's the size where the bolts go. It's off about a quarter of an inch.
Off a quarter of an inch.
Yeah. So the sides, the width of it,
Hmm.
I believe it's 36. Like it says, it's off. It's off a little
I
bit.
wonder, can you show me a little picture of it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can see it or.
Is it not showing you anything on my side?
Yeah, no, I don't see anything on your side.
Oh, nothing. But I mean, do
I
you see
just
the
got a.
floor?
No, there's an emblem BC and
Yeah.
it says Billy Connor on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see the floor.
Well, I don't know how I'm gonna get your picture. Yeah, I'll just send a picture to you.
Okay. The only thing I can think is I do have my original 36s were large body size, like the 40. It was a 40 millimeter that was just machined for 36 on the inside. But my new 36s are the same size, body size, as a 34. I may have mixed up your cap.
Yeah, it's definitely must have been what it is.
Man, you're getting the full all out treatment, aren't you?
Well,
is yours a black scope mount?
yeah.
Okay, let me see what that looks like. Hold on just a minute. Oh yeah, you've got you've got one you've got one that's one that's a normal size. Both of them say 36 on it.
Yeah, I think the scope side of it's correct. It just or the
Okay,
tube
which
size.
so the bottom fits the smaller cap.
Oh, no, the smaller one's the one I just got from you.
Oh, oh yeah. Okay, I'm following. Your two normal caps are correct, but I just remembered I sent you that accessory. I need to send you the large body size
Yeah.
36, which I have them still. Let's see, what do I have? That is, I think that's a large body size. It's the same as the 40. I'll have to double check and get you the
Yeah,
right
I
one
guess I
here.
didn't do any kind of homework.
Well,
I've been busy.
that was not your fault. That's kind of whenever I made that change, I was already thinking that at the time that I made the change, I didn't make these accessory caps. Then when I started making accessory caps, I said, I'm going to have to make some large body size and small body size. But I don't really, there's not really many of the large body size out there. You probably got one of the last ones. But I've got a black large body size right here, and I've got a 36 that I've been playing with.
Okay.
Uh, so I'll just ship you that one. Sorry, man. Hmm.
Yeah, that's fine. I bought that so I could put another camera on my gun. So
Oh, okay.
I don't have another camera yet, but I was gonna do all this at the same time either way. So
Well, I'll ship this thing to you tomorrow,
okay.
and you can just keep that other cap and put it in a baggie and say small body. If you buy another scope mount, it's a 36.
Okay,
Make
so
sure
your new ones are gonna be prominently smaller body.
they're all small body. The only
Okay.
one that's a large body now is a 40 millimeter.
Okay.
So it'll always be a large body because there's not enough material.
I got you.
Okay, let me get back on. Let's see. Okay. So, so wow, that's. I was afraid this was gonna happen. It really. But
Well,
that's okay. I'll hold this one out right here, and I'll ship it down to you tomorrow. So you'll probably get it before the weekend.
well, yeah, that's fine. I'll be back. I'll be back this week. I'm going to Raton tomorrow, so
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. Hey, good luck at Raton. Uh, hey, me and some of our guys were thinking about going down to the Texas King of 1 Mile team match. Thinking about it.
yeah.
Do you go? Are you gonna go out there?
Man, I would like to go, and I wanted to go last year, but it falls on my daughter's birthday.
Oh man, yeah.
So I tried to get him to go last year, but it's like school just starts here for some reason in August. So it
Oh yeah, that's the same here. Like they start school like first or second week of August,
and
and
so yeah. So I don't know, and I've got so many matches coming up, and then the finales are all
yeah, we were just trying to sneak one in.
yeah.
Uh,
That'd be one to go to though. That's for sure. If you're not going to go to many.
yeah, at the moment, I'm hoping that I'm hoping next year I can go to more matches, and really I kind of got a little behind on everything, which is good. Scope mount sales are good, but it keeps me out of shooting.
Yeah.
And the two guys I shoot with, they shoot NRL 22, which is pretty demanding. You know, it's kind of like travel baseball. There's a match almost every weekend or every other weekend, so they've been busy, and you know, I've been trying to get enough rifles up to make it interesting too. Whenever we travel together, and you know, we only had a couple of rifles. We're trying to get a heavy rifle going, and
Yeah.
kind of make it worth the effort, you know, of traveling, and really worth the money to, you know, do a lot of travel and carry as many rifles as we can.
Yeah. When you got to travel over 5 hours somewhere, you better make it worth it.
Yeah, that's right. Or either that, or bring a checkerboard or something, you know, lots of snacks to sit around and eat between stages.
Yeah.
But well, hope everything went good in our video. And
Yeah. No, everything's fine. That mount was just incorrect. So
all right, we'll get one out to you. And
okay.
did I send some spare bolts with that one? Can't remember if I did.
No, sir.
Okay, I'm gonna pack up just like some spare fasteners for you, since
Okay.
I've got to make a shipment to you. That way you'll have some extras if you need it, or drop one underneath the table like I do. You know, I really need about 4 extra bolts. Hey, there you go.
Yeah, when we were talking about sending a picture, I finally figured out how to get my camera on there. So,
Yeah, okay, good deal.
but yeah, no, man, I appreciate it, and
Yeah.
I'll get that other one on there, and we'll go from there later on. So,
All right. Well, I'll hopefully you know you can do some more videos of shooting and using the scope mount, kind of
oh
back
yeah,
this one up.
yeah, no, that's a lot of people ask me about it. Even people that's been shooting for a long time. You know,
Yeah, it's hard to be well known. You know, I haven't mastered that marketing and exposure thing. You know, I've been to the shot show 4 years in a row as an exhibitor, and you know, sponsored several shooters over the years. So it's just hard to reach everybody.
yeah,
But this is the way.
yeah. You want to check out this Bel Air I got in here?
Oh
You
yeah,
said you like cars and stuff, right?
yeah. We got a junkyard, but we don't have anything nice. Oh my goodness, I can tell already. That looks awesome, man.
Yeah, this is a show car,
So
show car.
this is your profession, right?
Yeah, I don't do a lot of show car stuff, but this is a customer that a guy I used to
Oh
work with.
man,
He handles all his show cars and stuff, and he needed some help with this one. It's
man, that's immaculate.
so yeah,
That is something.
but yeah, it's a '56 Bel Air.
Yeah, I can't remember. We've got a. I think we've got a 53 or 54 out here. Oh man, that's some nice wheels right there.
But yeah,
I'm a total amateur at the hot rod thing. I've done some really horrible jobs at messing around with old cars and trucks. that takes a lot of skill, and you gotta have a lot of grit to get one that nice, man. That looks
oh
awesome,
yeah,
man.
oh yeah. No, that's I. I don't know that I'd ever spend any kind of money like that, but
Oh, I
everybody,
know.
hey, everybody just like this gun stuff. It's everybody, everybody's different. So
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I spend a lot of effort on things for my customers that I just can't have myself. You know, for years I've built industrial machinery like robotic machine lines and stamping dies and all kind of stuff. And everybody, man, why don't you make you some stamping dies and make brass? Yeah, I know how to make the stamping dies, but I can't afford to keep it. If I made them, I'd have to sell them to somebody
yeah,
quickly. So
Okay.
no, I enjoy building rifles so far. Hopefully, I can make that into a business eventually. But you know, semi-custom chassis rifles. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah, we got to check out this 375 you're building.
Oh yeah, that's man.
That's gonna be a cool
That
one.
is, yeah, that's something else. I don't know. I think I've got a. You see where the cases are. I don't have any loaded at the moment, but I've got some that I fired. I got to get back on it. See if I can. I need to flip this phone around.
Okay.
See if I know how to do that. Let's see. Uh, let's see. There's the cases right there. So you can kind of.
Yeah, that's
Looks like
crazy.
a 6BR, not a 6BR, but maybe looks like a dasher,
Yeah.
on steroids. And then I told you, we were shooting 400 grain bullet at, I think my first tries, and it was probably a little, a little on the hot side, but the case capacity increased five, I think 5 grains after our first firing because we had to fire form the shoulders up real
Oh
good.
yeah.
And but the second go around we were getting close to 3,200, and that bat EXS action, it just popped those suckers out, easy.
Nice.
So I don't know. I got a feeling I'm gonna burn a barrel up quick with that thing. I'm gonna load it up until the barrel melts down. Is what I want to do.
Yeah.
It's a drag racer.
Yeah.
We'll be buying 4 barrels at a time. Is what I think.
Well, the lead time on them, you better.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know. I don't know what kind of barrels you've been buying, but man, you're right, man. I think last time I talked with Bartline, maybe they were 10 months or something, or 1 year,
Yeah.
something like that. I use some K&S Arms barrels out of Canada, but I haven't bought any since the tariffs hit, so I don't know. I don't know how all that's gonna pan out.
You had pretty good luck with their barrels.
Yeah. The first couple, but I haven't used a lot of them yet. I'm gonna say that the jury's still out. I don't know. I haven't finished a barrel out, like shot it, you know, shot over 1,000 rounds yet. I've got a 300 normal mag barrel that I've got to put more rounds on, I guess, to see what I think about them. That's why I'm kind of holding off on buying barrels until I kind of, make my final decision. But so far, I was able to break them in good, and they don't foul, and they shoot pretty good. So
Yeah.
just a matter of, will they last out long enough? Of course, no barrel lasts very long in drag racing game.
Yep. Okay. Well, I
All
appreciate it,
right.
sir.
No, thanks a lot, and I'll talk to you here soon.
All
And if
right.
you need anything else, let me know.
Okay.
Have a good night, Billy.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right, take care.
Okay, that was Stephen Ivey, the creator of the mount, the guy that still builds them. He sent me this new lock knob, and that thing works really nice now. The little detent in there wasn't holding on the other one. He said a small amount of debris, if it got in there somehow, could cause that. But he went ahead and took care of this for me, and so not a big deal, and pretty easy install or replacement. So on this, if you guys haven't seen how these actually work, this is your lock knob. You turn that when you get done adjusting. or when you and unlock it when you're getting ready to adjust. So that's my 100-yard zero at 0 mils. 2 mils if I'm shooting at 550 yards, come up to 2 mils. 6 mils if I'm going to shoot out at 1,000. And I want to say 11.5 or 0.6. It gets me out. No, it's probably like 13. Gets me out to 1,500 yards. So, but this is how it works. Just dial it to whatever setting you need. This goes to 60 mils. So 60 mils will get you pretty far out there. Whenever I'm shooting competition, typically at a spear point, if I'm shooting at the 2900 target, we'll go out to 42 mils. And so I'll dial this to 42. So each revolution is 10 mils. So you come 4 and then 2, lock it down. And then if you have any, if you need a 2/10, 6/10, I do all my adjustments here with the turret. Every time I usually just use the scope base. That way I'm always used to it. Ever since I've got this scope base, I've always dial, even if it's 1 mil, I'll dial with this instead of the turret. And then whenever I'm on target, if I need to come up 1/10, 2/10, it's real simple there. So all my big adjustments and small adjustments I use with this first. That's everybody sees me do this and they're always, well, you got so much left in your scope turret. Well, I'm used to doing it this way now. I've had really good luck with that. My results, there's no issues with it. This thing works great. So that, and then we're going to install the picatinny on the front, but he's made 2 different scope mounts, and he said this would be the small base, and the one I have is the large base. So it's a little bit too short. So he said he's going to go ahead and send me a new one tomorrow. Not a big deal. I'm not ready to use this anyways. I'm actually going to mount another camera up here, up front. So I don't have a new camera yet, so we're not too worried about it just yet. But the lock knob, definitely needed the lock knob. So do you guys have any questions on it? Let me know. If you're interested in purchasing something like this, let me know. And it's Stephen Ivey. He's the owner, creator of it. That's who we were speaking with earlier. Trying to figure out where to respond to Austin Outdoors. Yeah, I've heard of the 22 Creedmoor. Trying to figure out how to respond to you, but so, but that'll do it for now, guys. That'll do it for now, guys. Thank you guys for checking out the mount. Um, Thank you for checking out the mount. If you guys have any questions on it, let me know. These things work awesome. I know a lot of people that use these for competition also. And so if you guys have any questions, let me know. And thank you guys. Please like and subscribe.